Oh, hello, hello, hello. Gosh, feels like a really long time since I was here live on Instagram. Last time, in fact, might have been that 5-day series I did, which you can still access. I just had a notification to tell myself that I'm online. That's good to know that I'm live. Yeah, I did a 5-day masterclass a little while ago. I'm pretty sure it's still linked through my bio link here on Insta. And it's on a playlist in YouTube if you fancy catching that. I'm trying to actually remember what it was called. I remember talking about both awakening and enlightening in it. Anyway, we are here today to talk about why it's so hard to be yourself. It's like the topic for me, and has really been the topic since last year, which is, I know that doesn't sound like very long. In fact, let me just correct that. It's been the topic for me at least since 2013. It has refined and refined and refined and honed and honed and honed in terms of how we get to be ourselves, and clearer and clearer and clearer on the one thing which is stopping us from doing that. But particularly it became really obvious last year as it started to become evident how many people in the Wildford community didn't feel comfortable posting and sharing because they were concerned about what other people would think of them. Will they get upset? Will they think I don't know enough? Will they think I don't get it? Will I look stupid? Will I upset somebody by accident because they misunderstand my words? There was so much fear. There was so much concern about what will people think of me. And the minute we're thinking, what will people think of me, then we're not being ourselves, because we've now just given our potency, our power over to another one. And this is very different from being in a caring relationship with another, like looking after somebody, being in a genuine partnership, collaboration, where that we can take account of others' perspectives and views. But what I'm talking about here is when we wholesale give all of ourselves to the world outside, and so they will tell me when I'm doing stuff right. They will tell me when I'm on track or off track. They will tell me if my words are good enough or not good enough. And if then there's a concern with, well, if they tell me it's not good enough, that feels horrible, I'll just not do it. It's safer to just not speak up. It's safer just to not post, not share, not ask, not express, not be myself. That seems safer. And then there of course comes a point when that becomes untenable, because the truth of who we are wants to express as who we're here to be. That's just a given. It's a constant pressure or force of life, from my river analogy, coming downstream, wanting to express into the world at the bottom of the river. And so no amount of this whirlpool activity in the middle that's saying, oh, but what will they think? Hey, Cav, nice to see you. No amount of saying, what will they think, and will it be enough for them? Will it be good enough for them? Will they like it? Will they like me? Will they dismiss me? Will they reject me? No amount of all of that fear-based narrative or experience conditioning in the system as a whole, no amount of that can stop the force of desire from upstream of who we are and who we're here to be, from pushing and pushing and pushing against those fear-based conditioned narratives in our system. Which is why we are so drawn to, oh hey David, it's why we're so drawn to progress, to change, to move. It's why something in us knows that we're here for more than this, that being myself is available, which feels much easier, much more natural, much more in alignment than what I'm experiencing right now. And so that's why last year in the Wildford community we had a belonging conversation. Over a period of 3 months, we looked at all the different ways we stop belonging to ourselves, all the different ways we outsource ourselves to another and say, oh well, they will tell me when I'm good enough, they will tell me when I'm capable enough, they will tell me when I'm allowed to speak up, when my voice matters, when anything, and until we can be in the belonging of ourselves with our experience, in alignment with ourselves and our experience, we will keep holding ourselves back. So that conversation was all about recognizing the tangle we've got in by believing all the conditioning to be true, by believing all the fears to be absolute truths, believing that the bad feeling of the fears is telling us that we're actually wrong and bad and broken. And I get it, it feels horrible, but the horrible feeling isn't saying that you are actually bad or wrong or broken. The bad feeling is saying, this isn't the truth of who you are. That's why it feels so bad. This isn't in alignment with who you really are, or of how you naturally want to express. That's why it feels bad, because it's so counter to who you are and who you're here to be. So tonight I'm hosting a masterclass at 7:00 UK about why it's so hard to be ourselves, about all these conditioned experiences that we've collected in all of our system. And for me, it's not just thinking, it's in our emotional system, it's in our physical system. And the work we have available to us is to come back into alignment with ourselves with all of that. So not avoiding it, not dismissing it, not trying to get rid of it, not disregarding it, not making ourselves wrong because of it, because we didn't choose to collect it all in the first place. Simply shifting our attention back into love, back into alignment with what is, back into being with ourselves in all of our experience, no matter what it is, so that we integrate all of these experiences, that we stop splitting ourselves in half, saying, oh, there's a good half that I'm allowed to be and there's a bad half that I have to keep hidden. We want to feel integrated, we want to feel whole, we want to feel that natural flow of who we are and who we're here to be. And for as long as we keep identifying with the fearful stuff, we're going to keep experiencing suffering, we're going to keep experiencing lack, we're going to keep experiencing limitation, we're going to keep not expressing ourselves and then getting frustrated with ourselves that we didn't express ourselves. And so we go round and round and round in these loops. So if you want to stop that, if you feel that force of energy that you are, that's coming from upstream, that wants to express who you're here to be in the world, then please do consider joining this masterclass this evening. We're going to move through a very interactive inquiry process to help illuminate what it is that you really want, to help illuminate your true desires, to help illuminate the places where you think, oh, but I have to do X, Y, or Z first before I can. And to help illuminate the fact that we've therefore got that topsy-turvy. We've got that back to front. We're doing the stuff and thinking, well, once this is done and that's done and I've ticked that box and I'm acceptable enough over here, then I get the stuff that I desire. It's 180 degrees from that. We have to start from the fact that what we desire is who we naturally already are at all levels. It's starting with who we are in our true essence and including all of how we want to express as a human, including all of the stuff that we've collected along the way that seems to have been a problem, so that all of that stuff, all the fears, can stop popping up to say hello so often. And then we get to express more easily, then we get to express more clearly. We stop needing to hide in the shadows, in our literal conditioned shadows. We get to bring those in and include them and integrate, so that we no longer get hooked by them, so that we no longer get triggered by them, so we no longer go into reaction and assume that I'm wrong or they're wrong or the situation is wrong, so that more and more and more we stay with ourselves in all of our experience. We move through that with so much more love and alignment, and then that means we stay in connection with ourselves, which means we stay in connection with the world more easily, which means we more quickly move to a healthy, loving, clear solution and a healthy way forward. All of that is an example of us being ourselves, and the hallmark is it feels easier, it feels more loving, it feels more natural, it feels more like being myself. And if you think about an experience you've had when you said, oh, I was just could so be myself at that, remember how good that felt? That's why we want this. It feels so good to be yourself. So if you want to hear more and join this inquiry-based interactive masterclass tonight, we're going to be moving through this together, questions and your responses and conversation around that, so that you get clarity about why it's hard for you, or why it appears to be hard for you to be yourself. So we can start to move through this and be more of our natural aligned expressions. So I'd love to see you there if you want to join. The link to sign up is in my bio link, so go straight there if you're here on Instagram. If you're catching this replay on somewhere else, there'll be a link wherever you're watching this. Thank you to everybody who's been here watching live. Really appreciate you being here. I hope it's been valuable for you. And I shall catch you soon, hopefully on the call tonight. Oh, by the way, recording to everyone who signs up too. So if you can't make it live, no worries. Sign up and you'll get the recording ASAP after it's done. All right, lots of love.